Hearthstone Heroes of Warcraft is a collectible card game developed by Blizzard based on the Warcraft universe. The characters, cards, and locations draw from the World of Warcraft itself. The game is based on matches between two opponents who have each collected basic decks of cards and additional rare, more powerful cards with the goal of winning the game. Gold is the in-game currency, rewarded for winning and completing quests. Each player represents a hero of their choice, and each hero represents a class. Each hero begins with a health at 30, and the object is to reduce the number of your opposing hero's health to 0, destroying them. Each player begins with a deck of 30 cards. At the start of each turn, the player draws a new card from their deck. Players can either choose from pre-assembled decks or create their own. During their turn, players can play new cards, use their hero power, direct their minions to attack, and directly attack the other player's hero. The action taken by the player is dependent on the number of mana they have acquired. The number of mana required to play a card is in the top right corner of each card. The match is over when either one or both the heroes have reduced their health to 0. By winning, players gain hero experience and are granted access to more cards. There are 5 available modes in Hearthstone. Practice mode is player versus computer. This allows the player to learn the basics. Play mode matches players of similar skill sets, allowing for friendly games. Arena mode costs gold, and the player must draft a deck of 30 cards by choosing 3 cards at a time randomly. Duels allow players to challenge other players in their friend list in unranked matches. And then Adventure mode is a single-player mode that has the player attempting to defeat bosses in order to unlock new cards. The controls in Hearthstone are extremely easy and straightforward. The game is played on a computer, and the mouse is used to select the cards and move them onto the battlefield. Hearthstone can also be played on an iPad and a smartphone. Hearthstone has a significant amount of animation and is visually appealing. The game would be extremely appealing to anyone that enjoys playing World of Warcraft because the graphics from Hearthstone are based on the Warcraft universe. There are several ways that players can interact with the game. Players can develop personal decks to play with and move cards onto the battlefield themselves. Players have the ability to attack their opponent in various ways as desired. Players also have the ability to chat with their opponent while playing the game. As of March 2014, Hearthstone has had more than 10 million player accounts created. Some of the game's success can be attributed to the fact that it came with a built-in fan base. The game is widely popular with people who already play World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft has definitely created a sense of community, but I'm not sure that it is translated to Hearthstone. From what I understand of World of Warcraft, players can band together to beat the game, but that's not a common practice in Hearthstone. Players can chat with one another, but they don't commonly rely on each other to further themselves in the game. Hearthstone is an example of Henry Jenkins' ideas about transmedia storytelling because fictional elements are dispersed across multiple channels. Hearthstone is just one part of the Warcraft universe that has been created. It doesn't follow a specific player, rather an entire universe, which can sustain multiple interrelated characters and their stories. This game is just one more way for the players to submerge themselves in the fictional world created for World of Warcraft gamers. Hearthstone also follows the 6 elements of a game identified by Jewel in the game, the player, the world, looking at the heart of gameness. Hearthstone is a rule-based game, and these rules are well defined. The game offers different possible outcomes, and some of these outcomes are more desirable than others. Hearthstone is challenging, contains conflict, and is interactive. The decisions of the gamer can affect the end. The player is attached to the outcome, meaning they are happy to win or sad to lose. Hearthstone could be assigned real-life consequences if desired. I had never played before but came to the decision to do my Let's Play video on Hearthstone because my brothers are fans of Blizzard and suggested it would be a fun, easy game to learn. I had no experience playing games by Blizzard and didn't know anything about the characters in World of Warcraft, but the first few battles were more or less guided by the computer, which gave me a general idea of what I was doing. I was unaware of the society that's been created around World of Warcraft video games, and I know this is just one small part, but I think this game demonstrates the success that World of Warcraft has if a card game based on one computer game can be so successful. Personally, I liked being able to play against people who were evenly matched with me. It gave me an opportunity to learn. I liked the idea of completing quests to get new or better cards, but I didn't really like the fact that some players could spend more money to get better cards without having to put in the same work. In the end, I thought the game was fun and entertaining, and I can understand why it has so many followers.